And here on the executive stage, I will hand over to Tomasz Koch for the Road to Ownership-Based Leadership. So Tomasz, pleasure to see you.
Hello, Christopher. Thank you for introduction.
Hello.
I would like to start the next session and would like to. I'm head of the Polish Lean Institute, part of the Lean Global Network, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you next speaker, Roman Dziuba, actually Dr. Roman Dziuba. I know him for several dozen years, especially when he was my PhD student during my time at the Wrocław University of Science and Technology. But then Roman left the university for business career, and he actually will tell you in the beginning of his speech, of his presentation, how exceptional career he made and what are his experiences and his learning. So, Roman, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I hope all others can hear you as well.
Okay. So, hello everybody. I'm very honored that I can take part and I am invited here. Thank you. So, my name is Roman, and today I would like to share my story. And this is the story of my road to, I call this ownership-based leadership. So, I'm over 20 years working in production operations, and in total there have been 35 plants located in 15 countries, and this have helped me to understand that the most ethical, the most effective model of a company leadership is the one which is what I call ownership-based leadership. So before I will take a closer look at this model, I would like to share the road that led me to this conviction, where I found my knowledge, what experience shaped me, and how they all combined into this understanding. So over today, after these years, I feel a bit like a traveler from the Jules Verne novel, and being like this traveler returning from a journey around the world, or rather around the world of business. So I have gained international experience in building and transforming industrial operations across these 3 continents. And this was about designing the plant layouts, implementing lean systems, digitalization. And my projects have taken place across Europe, Asia, North America, the US. And there is also something what you can see here on in the top right-hand side corner. This is about, my trips. So there were a couple of years when I spent over 500 hours in flights itself. And then I calculated that 1 year I was flying to the moon, and another year I came back. And another achievement which I'm very proud is that in 2018, I committed to myself, I will run 1,100 kilometers, and I did, sorry, 1,000, but I did 1,100. So this is something what I'm very happy, because this was showing to myself the determination and consistency. And also the important reflection, something what is essence of leadership, what I believe. These are these 5 points. And the first for me, the first point is the self-awareness. If I'm a leader, self-awareness, this is about the values, this is about sense of purpose. And here, my role model is Viktor Frankl. This is the author of Man's Search for Meaning. Very important person for me. And then the second This is about the commitment and courage. And here, this is Matteo Ricci, this Jesuit missionary who, with great courage and respect for another cultures, this is very important, reached the imperial court in China. And the third, this is Marcus Aurelius and his reflections, his books about meditations. And this gave me also some good understanding how important are reflections, being reflective, learning from my good achievements and from mistakes are important. The fourth is about the faith in people, and 5, energy to inspire. And here, the important person for me is Nelson Mandela, a man who was able to inspire entire generations, and not using power, but faith, hope. These are the 5 points which I today call essence of leadership. So, I would like to share some of my reflections, these sparks which appear in this intersection of knowledge and experience, which came in my road when I was working in total 5 companies. So starting many years in GKN, in automotive supplier company, then Selena chemicals, construction chemicals, and Solaris. And now I'm in the company, I'm very proud, and we are building the buses. And this was the time when I was having a chance also to learn. I was studying in Poland, Cambridge, but I was having some inspiring journeys. The one of the very important is my journey to Asia, and I was learning. I was having this honor to learn from different cultures. And then, when changing the company, I understood how important it is not to be closed in one single story. Then I understood how important it is to see also the other stories. So there was some time when this was the time of growth, and there was also the time when we were in the economic crisis, especially the year 2008, and we are also having the crisis time when we are having this pandemic COVID situation. And here on the bottom, you can see my chosen 7 reflections, and I will be giving you some more information presentation like that. The first one, which I'm showing here, this was my key learning quite early on at in my career. This was the time when, being the engineering manager in the company, I was responsible for implementing new projects, and some other companies started to open their businesses around us, and some of my key people started to leave me because they were recruited by these and other companies. So that was the time when I learned that preventing people from voluntarily leaving is the key for us. And this was combined with my knowledge, which I gained in Cambridge. And this was something what was giving me this sort of reflection, how important is retaining valuable people in the organization. Short time after, maybe just a couple of years, 2007, when I became the plant director in the plant in Poland. Soon after, in 2008, we were hit by this economic crisis. Oh, mamma mia, this was a time when, it was important to make cost adjustments, restructuring, process optimization. The next year, 2009, 10, these were the years when we were having a period of growth and expansion, launching new projects and taking some challenges. And I tell you something, this was the time when I gained the reflection. And yes, I can achieve a lot. And success, I believe in myself, clear goals, hard work, important. And then I learned there is also something more. There is intuition. And this intuition, this is the moment when having this courage, having these open eyes, seeing, having courage to take the new opportunity and the good luck is something what is the moment when the preparation meets a new opportunity. And like I said, important, be brave. Sometimes being brave is sometimes it's very challenging, and have open eyes and keep your eyes open. And then I also realized that from time to time we are having these completely unpredictable times when something what Nicholas Taleb is calling the black swan. When the black swan is coming, then companies are dropping, dying. Some companies are surviving and having difficult times, but some companies, they are becoming stronger. And this was another book which I was reading from Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas. This was about anti-fragility. So this is not about only surviving difficult times, but this is also about growing stronger because of them. So at the same time, something what I already mentioned, this was the time when we were having also, after this drop and restructuring a little bit, saving costs, but then growing. And then this was the time when I learned a lot. We learned a lot as a team. This was this ownership, when the ownership started. So 2007, becoming the plant director in Poland, I quite often conducted my own Gemba walks, walking, through different areas in the plant, especially in the late afternoon when the days were slowing down and the real picture started to be more visible. And during these visits, I was used to ask the question to the people who were working there. Hey, who is owner, or who is responsible for, who is doing this, who is to improve this? And this was like the shift supervisor, or the production manager, or the guys from manufacturing engineering. And I could not find somebody who was telling, this is my area, with kind of pride, this is mine. So what we did, together with the team, we created a set of ownership principles. So clear rules, which were defining responsibility for each specific area of work. And the next step was creation of a system we call this zoning. At the end, we call this zoning and ownership, something what we are sharing with other companies in our plants, in our operations. So we divided the plant into clear zones, and each zone was assigned to a specific manager and the owner responsible for its performance. So in this context, this ownership meant much more than just the formal accountability. It was about caring for people, for safety and health, for order in the workplace, and for performance, and for the improvements. What was important? Regular Gemba walks. We could see how over the time it was easier to identify who is the owner. And then after some time, we could not find the area which was having no owner. And then another important effect was no areas when there were more than one owner. Because when there is more than one owner during the shift or during the time when the transformation is performed there, it means there is no real owner. So every process plays in the company. This was the GKN plant driveline in Oleśnica. Every place has its owner at the level of the management and at the level of the leader of the line. And the next step was to assign ownership, like I mentioned before, to the line. So we introduced the clear principles of the teamwork. So every process within the given area, if this was assembly or machining or the other ones, had clearly defined tasks, standards, performance metrics, and the team was responsible not only for running the process, but also for visualizing results. So then we were having also the boards, indicators. And the important thing was that having these visual boards, this was a really good communication, because during the Gemba walks, I could go and I can ask the team leader here about his or her performance. And I tell you, after some time, it created space for recognition, because when there was a clear owner, there were the people in the team who were having their roles, being the operator, but also being the elephant safety operator, lean technician. They were proud about the improvements. So that was something what gave me some better understanding how important it is. And after some time, I wrote down my leadership principles. And being in the role of the plant director, this is my belief. I am the owner of my plant, and leaders are empowering their teams. And the owner is someone who improves continuously, because this owner cares about the growth of his or her area. Never compromise on safety. Safety is the foundation of everything we do. Our people is foundation in their safety. And the key is to manage throughout the ownership. Ownership, implementing zoning down to the team leader level, and each team leader knows the area of responsibility and takes care for improvement. And important is to have these lean principles. And lean starts from the right flow of value. This is something what I believe is the foundation of lean, a right flow of value. And this is leading to eliminating waste and bringing something what is really important for our customers. And important is Gemba walk, be there, see there. And then this is something when giving this recognition is building, growing the people. Okay, so after this time of being the plant director, being in the plant, this was a very important time. And in 2010, I was having a new time, because the new leader, I received a new leader. My director, who took the plants in Europe, and he came from Asia. After some years in Asia, he said, Roman, I would advise you to get some more inspiration. And I packed my things and I was flying to Asia. And I visited in 2010 plants in Korea, India, and China. And it was a very inspiring journey. I could see how disciplined leadership was leading, or this company was led by the disciplined leadership, and how this organization reached level where they become the true benchmarks for other plants in our organization. So you can see here, this is from Korea. And something what was really astonished, these were the plants in India, where I could see, it was 2010, they were giving me the examples, they were showing me how this lean can work. And okay, I came back with this inspiration. And in the next years, we are having our growth. We expanded infrastructure, we optimized value flow, and we improved our standards. And also effective information flow was very important for us. And we were making even more better visualized Gemba walks, better discipline. Process flow and layout optimization was key for us. At the end, we implement the organization, the plant, the operations where we are not having no forklifts in the production, when we were having everything nicely planned. And what was important, we were having 2013, when we, in the company which was global company, our plant, we received the Excellence Award. So this was confirming this right direction, this ownership right direction. And I tell you, very important. Pride and commitment of the people was growing. Okay, so, and then this was 2013, and the new time came. And having this experience, this preparation, what was important? I was given the new role. I was given the role of the operations director for more countries, Turkey, Poland, Slovenia. And then 2016, I become responsible for the plants in America, Asia, and Europe. So this was a very challenging time. This was very demanding physically, long journeys, time distance. But I tell you what was very important at that time. I learned something. This was this Matteo Ricci, which came to my mind. And this was about how important it is to have this respect for other cultures and how much I can share, but how much I can learn from others. So you can see here, there are a couple of the photos. Because these, which are showing this right-hand side, this is from Turkey, great guys. And the sense of ownership, no matter where in the world, is engaging people, gives them the meaning of their effort, and is bringing pride. So you can see here a couple of the photos. These are from Turkey, just a couple of chosen. This is from Poland, when the people emergency, you can see these red shirts. They were just making training, but they were helping people on the street when somebody was having some problems. And there are also the team from the US when we are celebrating. Okay. Then there is also another one. This is about difficult times, because leadership is getting stronger when the difficult time is coming. And this is from the time when in 2017, when it was at the beginning of the year, this holiday season, I was in Poland with friends, family, and then I received a phone call from my plant director in North Carolina, and he was telling me about something what I didn't know before. This was something about the black ice. So snowing in North Carolina, melting, and then ice was on the road. No truck deliveries. And I said, okay, but our customers in the US, they understand? He said, yes, but not in Europe or in China or in Mexico. I was in the plane, traveling next day, and when landing, I was doing my morning jogging, and then when ready going to the plant, I received my reflection. And reflection was prepare yourself, it may get even harder. So it gave me another attitude. And this is so important, because being prepared for the worst gives the strength, and giving me the chance that I am prepared I'm having a confidence I'm prepared for the harder times. Okay, this was another story which I learned in the US. This was from Mike. Mike was the old veteran, being many years in the US Army, many countries around the world, but then he was our manager in maintenance and production in one of our plants. And when we were doing these morning walks and review of the results, this was very well organized, very structured, but he was always asking, hey, what recognition would you give? And then this was the time when people were sharing, giving recognition to others, something what is not obvious in many countries. So then it was soon after, during one of the nights, when I was waking up in the night and thinking, and then I wrote my confession. What I have not done, whom I have not listened to, what decision I have not made, what I have not said, whom I have not recognized, and therefore not giving my people a chance to be proud. And I tell you, that is something what came 2016 is still in my heart. This is about giving this recognition, making people to be proud, and we are the leaders. Okay. And another time, this is the time when I joined this Selena company. Now I am in the leadership of Solaris. I am the operations person. And I tell you, this gave me even better. I'm even more convinced that ownership, leadership is something what is very important. So buses which we are producing here in Solaris in Poland are so advanced and are so complex. Here you can see the hydrogen bus. So this is electrical bus and is having all this hydrogen installation to make the range even longer. 18 meters with all these special equipment to make this usable. But this is the result of many people. And this device is transporting many people, thousands of people every day. So safety of the people who are building the product, and safety of the people who are traveling on this bus. And I also realized how important is the meeting advanced legal and environmental requirements. And what has happened? It's
Roman,
important. Yes?
there is only 3 minutes left.
This is the last slide. And this is the slide which is telling.
And we have 2 questions.
Okay. So
one
just
is
finalizing, this is something what I believe is making me even being stronger believer, that having these, we are to make all this possible. Ownership-based leadership is important. And when people, they are having this attitude of owners, then as a leader, we can believe that we will achieve this. We will achieve these targets and bring this safety, and this is our commitment. Okay.
Roman, there is interesting question.
Oh, mamma mia.
Have you seen that the owners started to think in their ownership silos, that collaboration for problem solving across ownership areas was more difficult?
Can you repeat, Thomas, again?
Can you see your WhatsApp? I
go to WhatsApp. I see.
Just put this question on your WhatsApp.
Have you seen that the owners started to think in their ownership silos, that collaboration for problem solving across ownership areas was more difficult? I tell you, silo problem is always important to manage. But I tell you, when there is a clear ownership at the level of the management, and these people are having the values, having this ownership attitude, is automatically transformed to the people. And the next question which you asked me is about pushing country to deploy strategy and engage employees. I tell you like this, yes, but if you ask me about the examples here, this could be a whole story from different plants. So, okay, sorry for talking so long. I hope you.
No, we are still on time.
Okay.
5 seconds left to our session. So thank you, Roman, for being really on time. And you had more than 180 participants listening to you. So thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tomasz. Thank you, Roman.
All the best.
Thank you for sharing.